You know what's interesting, Double A, is the widget below the stream. It's called an extension. Uh, isn't supposed to have the pink mug anymore. I updated it this morning because we got the t-shirt done, or at least one of the t-shirts. So I don't know. I feel like that extension might be permanently like 3 days behind. So I think I need to give it like, okay, maybe not 3 days. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, Dims. Come on. It might be like a full 24 hours before it gets updated to whatever thing I've put in the merch store. Anyway, thank you guys for being here at the top of the stream. Shout out to Theodore, X Kelly, Double A, and Sling. You guys are wonderful. Oh, look, and Gabe trying to sneak in there as well. Don't think I don't see you. Don't think I don't see you. I do see you. Oh, Tree Guts. Oh, with the cool guy emoji. Look at that, dude. Absolutely sick. He's wilding out here.
Great heroes can be found even here, in the mud and rain.
The great hero, Cody XE. For 13 months. It's a lucky number. What a beautiful... My birthday's in exactly a month? I don't know where I was going with that. 13 months on this May the 6th. Well done. That means if you were to sub to me right now, today, in 13 months, our 13-month sub streak will be on my birthday in 2021. Just as an aside. First time checking in. Love the hardcore bass tour. Well, dude, you are getting here right at the beginning of the stream. Exclamation mark uptime should show that we've only been live for 8 minutes. 8 minutes that the stream has been on. I haven't even hit the button to turn on Minecraft yet. What did you think of the video, by the way? Well, I guess you said you loved it, but I'm trying to get more nuanced information out of you. 8 minutes, 10 seconds. What up? Here, we'll push the button to pull open Minecraft. You know what? Since that... Oh, God. My inventory. It's a disaster. Since that base tour, we've gotten quite a lot done since then. This is the early prototype for our mushroom farm. So we now have a brown and red mushroom farm that still needs to get finished. Which, can you guess which color this one is? I'll give you 2 guesses. It's funny because there's only 2 mushroom types. And what color do you think this one is? Anyway. But it's not all the way done yet. So yes, the farming is done. Yes, the storage is done. But we don't have the overflow done yet. So, where is it at? So what I would like to do, and the idea of this base is to have everything like gears in a machine, cogs whirling and whizzing together. The thing that's not done with this design is that. This dropper is the overflow protection for this design. This dropper really needs to go into some sort of... I'm trying to think of the wording. The dropper needs to go into some sort of water stream to then take the red mushroom, I believe. No, this one's red. So this is the red mushroom, and the other side's the brown mushroom. It's supposed to take those overflow mushrooms, run them into some sort of composter array, and then add those mushrooms again to the, well, now they're bone meal. So add those mushroom bone meal into the various bone meal things we have spread around our base, like the nano farm or the tree farm. Let's see, we almost died yesterday, like literally almost died, upgrading the Iron Golem farm. So lag in this world is a serious challenge that we're constantly battling against. People don't think it's a problem, but it do. Because look at this, like look at the, so if I look away from the base, my FPS, perfectly fine. My FPS is set to be 100 FPS right here. And you know, if I'm looking not at my base, we're getting 98, 99. That's pretty much capped, right? But look at my TPS, which is the lower right corner. It's this over here. Look at how angry that is. That's a very, like, unhappy shade of yellow. It's like baby vomit yellow. It's like bile. It's gross. We don't want it. So what do we need to do? We need to reduce the number of things that are impacting our TPS. So one of the biggest things that you could do is removing the number of tile entities. Like, definitely don't have huge stacks of anvils in your world. Also, have fewer hoppers. We updated the Iron Golem farm yesterday to use fewer signs, because signs increase lag, like frame lag, and hoppers... I'm good. Hoppers increase TPS lag. So we went fewer signs, so that way our frames are better, and we went fewer hoppers, so our ticks are better. What's TPS? TPS stands for ticks per second. You're supposed to get 20 ticks per second. So I believe what the chart on our lower right is referring to is how long it's taking to draw a single, or to calculate a single tick. So it should take 5 ms in order to calculate a single tick, because 5 times 20 is a full second, right? And you're supposed to get 20 ticks per second. So I believe what you want to see is 5. So somewhere between 5-ish is what I want. I'm not even close to that. However, I don't know if those numbers are actually... I don't know if I actually want it to be 5, or if I'm somehow misunderstanding the system. It's possible. Okay. So we just need, I mean, if I'm correct in saying that we should ideally have our TPS sitting with these numbers here, this, oh God, where's my cursor? This 14, 17, 39 should ideally, here, we could go to spawn and pay attention to what that min, average, and max is. Okay, Halo, that's an official warning right off the bat. Don't spam chat like that ever again. All right, look at that, 7 ms min. And give it a second. Let's get rid of all that old garbage off the back end. So 6 ms, 6 ms, 10. That one big spike, it happened in both the frame rate and the ticks per second. That's probably, it's got to be some sort of auto save. Right? OMG, it's hardcore? Dude, it is hardcore. It hurts my brain, but makes it feel good. Hell yeah, dude. So we've been doing a lot of work. So, I mean, if it's a 6-7 average over there, it's easily going up and up and up and up as we get closer and closer to the base. So yeah, we've done a lot since the video went up on YouTube. The Iron Golem farm got a bunch of updates. We've got brown and red mushrooms. We've done a bunch of lag busting, specifically with the honey farm. The honey farm used to run like 30 hoppers in order to move all of the honey bottles around, and we've just completely removed those 30 hoppers and then replaced those 30 hoppers with 2 additional smart dispensers. Amos with the hydrate. I see you. Thanks for keeping me alive, bud. So we've got 30 hoppers removed back here, which was really, really nice. We also have recently found out that, you know how droppers are kind of the go-to standard for reducing lag that's created by an open hopper? Well, every way that a dropper improves lag, composters improve it even more. So putting a composter on top of a hopper is even better for lag. It's even better for lag than a dropper is. So we've rotated a bunch of things to have composters in them, so that way we're saving on even more lag. 1 ms equals 1,000th of a second, so 20 TPS. There you go. Okay, cool. So we could get up to 50 ms per tick, is what you're saying, before Minecraft is starting to run. Before the ticks per second start to have an impact on the game, is what you're saying. I thought a ms was a 1/100th of a second, not a 1/1000th. So we've got a fair ways of go then. So what will happen if we breach that 50 ms? Because that didn't make sense to me. Thank you for clarifying that, Eldon, because it didn't make sense to me that spawn was at 6 ms, and if I needed 5 ms in order to, that it just didn't make sense. Because that meant that like a 0-0 in the world was already performing badly. But this 50 makes perfect sense. Okay, cool. So what will happen whenever we breach that 50 ms mark? Redstone will start to misfire. Mobs will not do their actions correctly, or do them much, much slower. It's just a lot of bad stuff happens. A lot of bad stuff happens, and you can see that we're on our way. How to make new villages other than farmers with all those composters. So far, I haven't had an issue with it. That is a concern, and I will cross that bridge when I get to it. So far, it hasn't been a problem, though. I think that all of this can come out now. As you said before, you have an excellent CPU. It's all right. It's like medium tier this generation. Which is still a pretty damn good CPU. I'll concede. Yeah. All of this has got to come out. This is all of our prototyping. This is all of our early testing for the mushroom farms. what's the keyboard command for additional TPS info? Alt F3 if you're referring to this screen. If you ever have a concern, you can hit F3, and then it says right here at the bottom, it says for help, press F3Q. So let's press F3Q, and then in this F3Q menu, you can then see more of the commands. There are still a couple of hidden commands. Like I said, Alt F3 is one of them. Destroying it with Silk Touch so we get the Podzol back and not just more dirt. I built my own honey farm. I built my own honey farm yesterday, but I also have about, hang on. I built my own honey farm yesterday, but I also have about 1.5 stacks of hoppers, so I want to build yours. I'm confused because I genuinely don't understand what having that many hoppers has to do with my honey farm. My honey farm has been designed to be like very lag friendly and very efficient. You don't need that many hoppers. Let's get down there and collect some of this stuff before it starts despawning. There's some good goodies over here. I just don't care about that stone. I guess I just don't care about the mushrooms. Hello, Nims, how are you? Voyak, dude, I am amazing. Thank you for asking. How are you on this fine Wednesday morning? I forgot what day it was. Okay, we still have a little bit left to disassemble there, but I'm running out of inventory space, so let's take care of that inventory first. You know, if the villagers can't path to the composter, they shouldn't claim it as a workstation. Shouldn't, not sure how well that works in practice. I'm pretty sure we have had problems with them seeing stuff like, you remember when we had the barrel here? I guess maybe it was possible for them to path to the barrel when this was a barrel. Yeah, okay, I'll give it to you. Yeah, that makes sense. The red lines reach the coordinates of my F3 screen. Oof, buddy. Maybe it's time for an upgrade. So many hoppers in there. We don't need that many hoppers. We don't need that many note blocks either. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay, that seems reasonable. I want that bucket back, actually. Just resupplying. My overworld Enderman farm continuing to work amazingly. Step to me. Bunch of new follows to start of the stream. Thanks for the new follows, guys. Alex, how are you doing today, man? Sorry, my eye itched. Yeah, I should just be able to go at it, right? Just blat, blat.
Everybody else to take a chance because they're so afraid.
Alright, and then the only thing that was left was a singular chest. Dude, I'm doing amazing. Emote suggestion, bonking head on wall because of Elytra. Yo, we did just get a new emote in. I'm really excited for. We only have 7 emote slots, but 5 basic, 1 for a $10 sub, so a tier 2, and then 1 for a tier 3 sub. And the tier 3 sub was super generic for the longest time. It was made by a longtime fan of the stream and of the YouTube page, Flame Wheel, but it was time for an upgrade. So this is the basic Phoenix here. Yeah, we're all pretty familiar with this at this point. I'll zoom in. Yeah, kind of look at this handsome lad, and check this out. I submitted this to Twitch yesterday. So this is the new $25 tier 3 sub emote. It's the Gilded Phoenix, and I think it's so cool. Like it's the, yeah, dude, you're big. You went all out. You got the golden one. And I think it's pretty sick. Yeah, super shiny, man. I am hype. So that just got submitted. So we'll have a real tier 3 sub now, and not just an old placeholder. And then we're also retiring one of our tier 1 subs. If you'll notice that NimsTV Red is gone. NimsTV Red is gone. So that's just, yep, this is just gone. But that's okay. We're opening it up. We've retired him, so that way we can make a new emote for future works. I'll probably open up like some sort of poll in the Discord for what you guys think the new emote should be. I think if you want early information, because I can't keep a secret to save my life. If you want early information, I think the current contenders are something like Cheesy Joke, Nim's Rants, and Angry. Like the Phoenix, but as an angry version. So just like we have the Party Phoenix and the regular Phoenix, the Angry would be a third version of the Phoenix with a new emotion. Nice shoes, dude. This is ridiculous. And now because I hit them, even more zombies are gonna start tracking to me from miles away. Without finding a pillager stronghold, is there any way to find pillagers to then kill to get the bad omen effect? That guy is just decked out. Look at him drop some boots, a ton of rotten flesh, and an iron ingot. Again, absolutely stacked. You could make a raid farm. I mean, yes, eventually, but no, not today. We've got to clean up a bunch of stuff. I think composters are now a redstone block. I didn't see that comparator on the hotbar. Look at all this wool just chilling in here. Oof, it's full. I just unlocked a sub-emote and I got this big dumb idiot. I feel like it's telling me something. Maybe. Sad Phoenix. Ooh, Sad Phoenix. That's a good suggestion too. I want to have most of the like emotion range in Phoenix emotes at some point. How soon? That's up for debate. It's probably gonna be a while because, like, you know, our artist is a full. She's a full human being that's super talented and has a lot of other things that she likes to do with her life. Of course. So, Skull 95 with a hydrate. Nim's Rage would be great. I don't really rage though. Unless, like, your definition of raging and my definition of raging are grossly different. Put those in there. Look at all these mushrooms we're making. Much better now that I just finished doing that. Nim's confused. Isn't that what BDI is for? God, that's so much nicer. And now we only have one hopper feeding into one double chest. Oh, I guess we had some more things in there. It's all good. Nim's rant fits far better than Nim's rage, for sure. I definitely go on rants all the time. I don't think I've ever properly raged. It's been... I'm trying to think. In my personal, private, public, all of it. Have I raged recently at any game? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. All right. I have cleaned up. If I could reduce the number of double chests in my world, that would also save on some lag. If I could rotate most of my shulkers back to barrels, that would also save on some lag in the world. We'd have a the hydrate could be a like a water bottle emote. Okay, how you doing, buddy? Time of the day. Oh, okay. Hey, that's the perfect one. 5. It's 5 emeralds to get him to hit level 2. You can live if you give me a white wool trade or a white dye trade. You die. You die. So I think that because we've only got one emote slot, so it's got to be a big one. It's got to be good, and we're probably gonna have this one emote slot for quite a while. We're growing for sure, but we don't get new emote slots. Oh, and skull with a hydrate. I'm sorry, I forgot. Thank you for keeping me alive. We will eventually get new emotes, but we have to hit full Twitch partner before that happens, which is at 75 average viewers. The biggest peak that we've seen in viewership, see, he's just not grabbing the composters. I don't know why. It's handy. The biggest peak that we're seeing is like high 50s, low 60s. We're nowhere near the 75 average, but we are growing, and we're getting there. Excuse you. Why didn't you load more? I was hitting the space bar. Mr. Frosty Pop. Yeah, thanks for contributing to me not dehydrating. Am I thirsty? Not thanks to you guys. He dies. You didn't do my hydrate yesterday? I don't know if that's true. Deep storage for villagers as you're going through them. Maybe. But like this villager that we're working on right now, this shepherd that we're trying to craft, is literally the last villager in my base. Once we get this final villager into position right here, that's it. All we can dismantle the villager breeder at that point. So yeah, that's the perfect one. Let's go get. I need to lock him in. Let's go get some emeralds while we wait for his trade. So once we get this guy, I mean, that's it. The everything that we're working for, the entire purpose of this villager breeder has been accomplished. We have an iron golem farm that's really powerful. We have all of the villager trades perfectly crafted to exactly what we want. Honest, once we get this last villager, I think we disassemble the villager breeder. Lime dye. He got the dye trade, but it needed to be white. I think somebody did the math, and it's like a 1 in 16 chance of getting the dye trade we want, and then a second 1 in 16 chance of getting the second dye trade that we want. So it's rough. We're gonna spend a little bit of time looking for this dude. Not all at once, mind you. We're not gonna sit here and just do this for like 10 hours at a time. That would be the most mind-numbing, tediously boring thing ever. But we'll probably, there's gray dye. We'll probably spend a little bit of time each stream attempting him until we get him. However long that takes. By powerful iron farm, do you mean dangerous? We did almost die yesterday. We accidentally punched an iron golem and got he turned around and just straight smacked us into next week, dude. It was brutal. It's after their work period, so he's not going to see that workbench. Okay, so I guess in the meantime, we can continue to lag-proof the base. What do we want? I think that means we need hoppers, and composters are the biggest things that help improve lag. Fewer hoppers. Covered I guess droppers could help too. Hey, make a dropper. Is it cobblestone and redstone? Yeah. $55 plus 9 is exactly 64. Okay, we're good. So we might have exposed hoppers inside this area as well. It's so hard to see. Oh. So this hopper is open. And can be fixed. Wow, that was a little aggressive. But I've got to be so careful with how we do this. There should be... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we could replace it from this angle. Hey, there we go. We've got 2 hoppers that we're going to be able to shut off here. New issue, though. I can't grab that comparator. If I were to teleport in there, you think it's possible for me to teleport out? Oh. Okay, I teleported in. This might be a terrible idea. Hey, that was almost so easy. And then boom, it's back in position. We did it. Both of these hoppers are now covered with a composter. Let's go check the front of it and make sure it continues to work. And it is. It's totally lit up, which is what we want to have to... which is what we want to see. I need to use ender pearls more. You're probably right. Did we get this one upgraded? Yes. Sure looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah, looks good. I'm scoping out the same thing here. Oof, the spacing on this one is much tighter. Okay, so I think what we're looking for... Yeah, was right there. Sick. 1, 2. We're going in. We're going in for it. Yeah. Okay, I got out. And we got the new comparator in place. We're wild, chat. We're absolutely wild. Wait, what just happened? How do I have a tier 1 sub here? Dude, we had so many gifted subs. Like, look at our sub count. We have like 300 some odd subs. And there's only 36 people watching. The math does not work. Yeah, 313. We had a ton, an absolute ton of gifted subs. Double checking that one. Like seriously, like 350, 360 gifted subs. You must have been one of those 360. Okay, it looks like we got that one in place. I wonder if there's a way to shut off this hopper when the minecart's not over here. We also have a pretty congested system in this space. Like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 uncovered hoppers. Obviously, we could do this for the short term, just to remove some of the lag right now. So boom, that just got a little bit better. But oof, buddy. Oof. Buddy. Is rough. I do think it needs to be hoppers. I don't think it can be a smart dispenser, because whenever the skeleton farm is up and running, it has a lot of drops. And because of all those drops, I don't think you would want a smart dropper. I think that you just want to keep them in the hoppers. There should be at least 75 people watching, surely. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you for the kind words. I mean, I'm trying to do better, right? We've got the merch store going up. I've posted a YouTube video recently. I don't know if you've been watching the comments on the YouTube page, but I have been replying to a ton of comments. I'm much more active on basically every platform, just trying to do better. Just trying to do better. And I mean, Joel Vanderwide, he said that he was here because of the YouTube video. Oh, I misclicked. Oh, of course. Let's go take a nap. Phoenix8218 says he loves the logo. Thanks, man. We've got some new Phoenixes on their way too. Can I show you? I'm so excited about these. So these are the sketches that my graphic designer has sent me. So like the same Phoenix, but with like in various states of emotion. So you've got obviously here, let's pull up this one. Here, we can also pull up that. This is what our new $25, the tier 3 sub is going to be. We just had like this sticker get made. So this is the basic Phoenix. This is the core. This is him just chilling, being like, hey, what's up? Then we're gonna take him and we're gonna be like, hey, it's the gilded Phoenix now. For the $25, for the big boys in chat room. Okay. And these are the new concept arts that we're working on. The party Phoenix is already done. That's an emote. You could use that right now. We're also looking at maybe angry, maybe the smolder, like with a little heart, some hearts around it. Maybe this would be good for Valentine's Day. Maybe the cool, like a cool guy Phoenix with some sunglasses, some like Ray-Bans on. Yeah, dude, Alex, I see you keeping me alive. So, yeah. And then we actually, like, Monday this week, we actually launched our store. Here, can we just do it this way? Can we go, yeah. So we actually launched our store as of Monday. And right now we've only got the 2 things. We've got a die cut sticker, and apparently their store loads super slow. But we've got the sticker, and then we've also got the t-shirt, which went live this morning. So this is the front of the shirt, with just a small little Nims on the top left breast, and then the back of the shirt, boom. And I think that's pretty neat. Based on the feedback that we got from yesterday's stream is how we came up with the shirt. Yeah. Come on, dude. Thank you. I just had to yell at him a little bit. Well, we're out of wool. That's it. That's not enough to... He got the white dye. And he got the gray dye, which is insane. Okay, can I tell you about something that you can do, chat room? This is a possibility. This is how you manipulate trades in a single player world. It's super cheating. But what you do is you would save and quit. Then you come in here and you would go backup. There's, I think there's a backup. Make backup. And then you come in, unlock the new one. Unlock the new trade because he needs to have white and red to be good. Just white alone is not enough. So then you unlock the new trade. If it's red, cool, you're done. If it's not red, you then just quit out the world, delete the world, and then you revert from that earlier save. And then you just keep manipulating. It's super cheaty. But that's how you do it if you're in a single player world. But we're not gonna do that. But I do just want to emphasize how you got the white dye and the optional gray dye, which is amazing. Which is pretty sick. So we can sell a bunch of white dye to him now to see what his next trade will be. If it's red, that's it, we're done. Like, everything else just immediately is done in this world. That's obviously hyperbole, but it would be pretty sick. Give me a red dye trade. We're just gonna sell it all. Why not? Red dye. Red dye. AK, how's it going, man? Dark Lord? What you doing, man? Great ideas. I wish I had money to buy this shirt. Yo, I made it as inexpensive as I possibly could. It is just 20 bucks. No, like, everybody's, like, all of the behind-the-scenes industry people are like, oh yeah, make it like $25.99. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, you make more money that way. And I'm like, well, yeah, you would, but you're also forgetting that the people on the other end are spending more money that way. And they're like, well, they love you and idolize you, so they'll do it. And I'm like, if they love you and idolize you, then aren't you manipulating that love and idolization? In this hypothetical conversation that I had in my brain with no one else but myself. And in this hypothetical conversation, they were dumbfounded whenever I said that. Nope. We did not get the red dye. Ugh. We did not get the red dye. So he's dead. He lived! For a brief moment, he was Harry Potter, the boy who lived. Good, how are you? I'm pretty good, man. I'm really good. I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to now. I feel like the streams have been really great lately. I feel like I'm really proud of the things I'm creating and the things that I'm putting out into the world. I'm really proud of, I'm just happy. I'm happy that summertime's rolling around and that it's not just freezing cold winter all the time. Oh, I didn't let him sit long enough. Might be. Would you still love me if I don't buy it? Yes, of course. There was a thought, a voice at the back of my head that was like, call him the redheaded stepchild. Call him the redheaded stepchild. And then I was like, no, voice in the back of my head. You stop it now. He's not resetting. Hello? You look thirsty, Nims. Did I miss that one? I'll drink for it anyway. Staying alive. He's not resetting. That's fine. Let's get back to, I guess I don't replace that. Let's update some more world lag in the meantime. So I know that we have a hopper minecart here that's pretty bad. And I think that embedded in this hopper minecart, we have several other problems as well. Okay, cool. So that's going directly into the dropper that we're using to move all of our fish farm drops throughout the world. It almost seems like this could be moved up a block and thus save a hopper. Oop, that was supposed to be a teleport. Doesn't it seem like this whole system could be brought up a block and thus save an active hopper? Seems like it to me. How's it going, Bradley? Tuning in and eavesdropping, taking off in about 3 minutes. Dude, drive safe today, man. I think so. I think we could update this entire system. Ooh, you know what? Maybe not. What happens if you fish, like, put a... What happens if you bobber on top of... I have a question that must be answered. Okay. Yeah, let's do it this way. Fill from there. Cool. What happens wait, does soul sand go up or down? Okay. I used the wrong one. Okay. It seems different. Right? Like it's being pulled down. Why can't I aim it in the middle? Goodness. Okay, here, for like, comparison. Yeah, it is getting pulled down. And what happens to the drops that you would get from fishing in such a farm? Oh, that's a bit of an issue, hey? It does seem backwards, doesn't it? Magma should push you up. And then soul sand should suck you down. But it kind of makes more game sense to pull you down into the thing that hurts you, right? How did you just do that? I think I just aimed further down, right? Oh no, it's like stalled there. That's so strange. I don't know if there's any like mechanical use of this though. And see, like, look at that. I lost that item. It was a bone. And like, how did I get it to sink all the way down? And like, look at that one. That one's several blocks down. This is bizarre. Is this one sinking even further? It looks like it is. It looks like it's continuing to fall. Yeah, it's definitely in the magma now. Like, look at the bottom of it. It clips into the magma every now and then. There. Does the same thing work in reverse? What happens when a fish hits water that's being lifted by soul sand? Or excuse me, a fish hits a bobber that's being lifted by soul sand. Get better enchants on it. Can it not even catch fish? This makes... Oh, okay. Nope, it can still catch fish. Rain makes fishing farms faster. Alright, it's fine. Weather clear. Yeah. So the reason that I was curious about this is I wanted to see if there was something that I could do to potentially make like this a hopperless system. Like by putting magma underneath this. But then if there was magma underneath this water block, then I don't think that the tripwire detection system would work. Okay. Then we can put that block there. What we're trying to do is we're trying to cut out a hopper from the world. Just completely remove one. And I think we can. It's a water catch. So hopefully it doesn't flood the rest of my base. Maybe I should go get a bucket first. Yeah, let's go get some buckets. Wouldn't a book be completely ineligible if it's sitting in the ocean for a while? Illegible. Yeah, you would think so. But it's an enchanted book, which means it's magic. And maybe part of the magic of the book is that it's immune to water damage. Oh, big brain. Oh, this is not what I remembered being inside here. Where'd the water just go? Did I just pick it up that quickly? This is super tight spacing. I see why I did what I did. Okay, we still might have options. Will 116 break any of your farms? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, so I can't answer that question. I doubt it. There's only one mechanic that's really changing with any of the farms in 116. And that's spun redstone now powers the block it's spun towards. Which is a pretty big change. And I'll be able to make things like smart droppers with 2 redstone instead of 3 in 116. Which I should probably go ahead and set that up so that way I just have that design ready. But okay, so that's definitely going there. Yeah, no, that was actually correct. Hang on. Ooh. This doesn't work, because look, we're gonna end up powering this trap door that the player sits on. Ooh. How can I get to powering that dropper that doesn't also power the door that this is sitting on? You see that? Right? Because I think what I could do to just fix this shooting down is I just add like another water stream out this way, and then it gets better, right? Lots of thorn skeletons, eh? RIP the dog? I mean, they're designed to take some damage. They're okay. Put a signal above the cobble. What if we went around to the other side? And we tried to do it from this direction? I could power that block. I could power... Yeah, I could power this block here. What's above that? Nothing. You know what's also possible? Is that I could just use this torch to power this dropper. I don't need it to be smart. I don't need it to be smart because think about it. Every time I trigger the fishing farm, every time I put something in here and power and unpower this, if I just use this existing redstone, that dropper will get powered without the need for all of this complication. We also run the risk of powering this hopper, though, which is not ideal. Let's do another rebuild. Let's look at this again. Let's go get our redstone shulker. I'm tired of only having one redstone in my inventory. I also don't need white dye. Oh. Don't need the white dye anymore. I was looking at the redstone update when I tested my world. So the next thing that I really want to do is I want to update my Patreon rewards. And the big thing that I want to start delivering on is a Patreon reward tier where every single one of my worlds, every single world I've ever created is then uploaded for patrons. And it's just free for them to download whenever they please. And, you know, I'll update them semi-regularly. And then, but we'll also include world saves for every world we've ever made across every video game for forever, provided that we have some sort of internet. You know, we need some cloud storage that can handle that many world saves. I think you need to take a comparator from one side and power the block on the other side. That's what I was thinking, but the problem with doing that is it's a lot of redstone. And redstone is super laggy. However, we still have more options here. We're not out of ideas yet. Okay, so that could be in that position. Okay, so this is a different way that we could set up the dropper that would still fit all of our requirements. We blast him, we spit the item forward against this wall, and then the water, which would be sitting where this torch is, would then carry it into the bubble vader. Make sense? So if we're in this position, what could we do for positioning? And I'm trying to remove multiple hoppers and multiple comparators in this process. Alright. So this here, this cobblestone, yeah. That's the space that we got. Can we take anything off of this point? Yeah, we could. I'm thinking, how do we do this? See, this position feels worse because that dropper is so much more embedded into the design, so it's so much harder to get a signal to and from it. But we still might have options. Let's go get some spruce. Maybe murder a villager. Okay, not yet. He told us we can't murder him yet. Spruce. So we can manipulate the floor. So what I was thinking, that I know can disappear. And we know that this is not urgent. We can replace... Okay, that's the baseline that we want it to... that we need it to be. Okay. So on top of... Is that a trap door? It's not a trap door. We will power that hopper intermittently, but it shouldn't matter. Okay, so this could work. I'm feeling good. Please tell me you're in the right direction. You are. I think that can just go there. Did you see about the new snapshot today? I haven't. Minecraft news. What would this be? 20W19A? Published May 6th. Okay, yeah, let's take a look at this real quick. My brain could use a quick momentary, I could use a reset, maybe fresh eyes. I'm staring at the sun. So let's take a look at the snapshot real quick. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's take a peek. Let's take a quick look-see-see. Alright, and here's our look-see-see. Oh, don't go that big. Okay, cool. Okay, the snapshot contains another round of tweaks and bug fixes, but also quality of life features such as straighter distancing. It may not be as important as social distancing, but we hope you'll like it. Stay safe and wash your hands. Alright. New features. Patches of Blackstone and Gravel now generate in all nether biomes, and patches of Soul Sand now generate in Soul Sand valleys. It seems good. Blackstone is the cobblestone equivalent, isn't it? Mob farms get a huge nerf? Well, look. Villagers can now spawn iron golems regardless of their profession status or latest working time. Okay, that's nice. It makes building iron golem farms a bit simpler because you don't have to worry about workstations. Bastions are now a little less common. That's fine. Lower the amount that weeping and twisting vines grow when bone mealed. That's just okay. You now need to use shears to get an item when breaking nether sprouts. Those are the saplings of the nether, if I remember right? Tweaked spawning of mobs to more closely adhere to mob caps. That is probably big. It seems like a nothing line. Tweak spawning of mobs to more closely adhere to mob caps. I wonder if things like spawners. Goodness. I wonder if things like skeleton spawners and zombie spawners and spider spawners, like the one right here, I wonder if these guys are now going to be affected by the mob cap based on that line. Currently, they're not. I wonder if, like, Exuma has a video yet. One hour ago, sure.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. This is Snapshot 20W19A. As 1.16 gets closer, we are seeing less big features and content and more polish and refinement of the game. So in this one, there's some new features, some changes, and a technical change, and a whole bunch of bug fixes. And in and amongst here, there are some really interesting changes looking into mob mechanics, mob spawning, etc. So this could turn out to be a really interesting snapshot. So
you won't be able to AFK fish farm in 1.16? Unless it was something that happened in 20W19, then yes, I can. How did you get that spawner so close to ground level? Luck. That's just where it spawned. Fish spawning with extremely high numbers. Fish have their own mob count and mob category. That's all the same thing. Fish and other items. That's a bug fix. Fish and other items from fishing cannot be caught with a fishing rod. Yeah, no. Doesn't look like anything's changed. The note block don't work.
first change on the changelog states that patches of black...
So are you saying that right-click overrides don't work? I struggle to believe that. I'm almost positive that right-click overrides still work. We'll see.
Stone and gravel now generate in all nether biomes, and patches of soul sand will generate in soul sand valleys. So I've been flying around, and this is the best spot I've found where there is a fair amount of gravel, and it always seems to be low down close to the lava lake.
See, I don't trust your information. I'm going to be honest with you, Alex. Fishing farms still work in 1.16 last I knew. It was just the treasure loot table was removed. Or the treasure table was given new conditionals. Time set noon. Game rule do daylight cycle false. Game rule do weather cycle false. Fence. Pressure plate. Trap door. Water. Fishing. Enchant Nims lure. 3 enchant Nims luck. 3 enchant Nims unbreaking. 3 enchant Nims mending. Boom. Okay. So you've got note blocks. You've got item frames. I don't know if item frames work. Man, I had a whole list of these. I should have checked that list first before I just launched a world, but it's fine. Oh, iron bars. Okay, so you're telling me that this isn't gonna work. Game mode, survival. Looks like it works, buddy. Okay. Game mode, creative. Game mode, survival. No blocks work too. Ah. I might not have been aiming at the right spot. Or maybe this is the problem with these type of farms is the sensitivity of the pressure plate isn't very good. Oh, yeah. That worked no problem. You should check your sources. There's a lot of misinformation that happens on YouTube. Fishing farms still work. It's just the treasure loot table is getting nerfed.
Level that you find this. There's a couple of blocks of blackstone as well, and where else I've seen it in this world.
And the loot isn't good anymore? I would disagree with that. I think that fishing farms are just where they should be. If you go from making, I don't know, like $1 billion an hour to only making $100 per hour, $100 per hour is still $200,000 a year. Let me see, Nims Redstone. Again, I would question your sources. So there's all sorts of different types of fishing farms, like game mode, survival. So every single thing, every single one of these little things is a fishing farm. I even have variations of fishing farms that have never seen the light of day before. Like designs that people have never used. So even if fishing farms get nerfed, I'm pretty sure that I can still build working fishing farms. And so anyway, here's a fishing farm. So what's happening is it's using the whatchamacallit? It's the armor stand that it's using. And yep, caught that one. Okay. This one you can imagine works the exact same way. It is using the armor stand, even though there's not like the spam animation that we're so accustomed to. But it's using the armor stand. Hang on. Cool, I got that one. Game, wait, no. Weather, rain. Actually, rain doesn't affect this type of farm, which is why these farms are bad. We've already showed that this one works. Oh, this one got nerfed. The bell no longer has the right-click override in the same position. Hang on. Let's see if we can fix this one up. Presumably, you have to click the bell itself. Okay, it's just different. But it still works. Okay. Next one. That one still works. Hell, this one's pretty wild. Still works. We've already shown this one. Good. How about this one? Yeah, this one still works. Signs? Still good. And this one's just the same one that we've looked at earlier, just without the fancy front end. And check this out. Do you know that you could fish in a corner of a waterlogged stair? Boom. Check that out. Do you know that you could do that? Wild, right? So many fish are inside that tiny little bit of water. Okay, cool. I can also detect... How did I do this one? I think it was like this. I gotta remember how I did it. Maybe it was this? Maybe you have to get into like the crawl position. I don't remember how I did this one. You gotta be able to get the bobber in there just right. I think I have to crawl into this one, if I'm being honest. I don't remember how it works, though. But there's a way of using this one. It's been a while since I've done it. I think there's this one as well. I don't remember how this one works either. Yeah, there you go. Bet you've never seen a fishing farm like this before. That's a pretty original design. Here's another pretty wild design. I gotta remember where you aim. Maybe it's like right here? God, I don't remember. It's been so long. Look at that. Bet you've never seen a fishing farm like this either. No, dude, Alex, you're good. You're good. I'm not frustrated with you at all because it's okay to be misinformed. Whoever told you that should not have been spreading that information. So, wild. fishing farms, dude. And like, I've got all sorts of them that are completely different than anything you've ever seen before. Yeah, this is a fishing farm. So like, looks like modern art. So yeah, all of these fishing farms. I'm not at all concerned with like fishing farms proper going away. So like whenever you look at fishing Minecraft, whenever you look at fishing and the loot tables for this, catch possibilities outside of jungle biomes. So you still have raw cod, raw salmon, trap fish, puffer fish, bowls, fishing rods, leather, boots, rotten flesh, sticks, string, water bottles, bones, ink sac, and tripwire hooks. We will be losing the treasure category. There are brute force ways that you could make a fishing farm to still catch things from the treasure categories, but they are wildly inefficient. They are very inefficient. Still possible, but not nearly as good. Not even close. Tree guts with the hydrate. A fishing farm that only works if you crawl would be original. A fishing farm that only works when the bobber is pulled downward out of the water onto a pressure plate is also pretty original. Nobody's ever seen those before. And an exclusive look at some never before seen fishing farms. So anyway, you're still gonna get these 4 things, and you're still gonna get these like, I don't know what, call it 8, 10 things. So you're still gonna get 14 drops out of your fishing farms. All of the junk category, all of the fish category. So first, the fish category alone is still very, very strong. So people saying that like, oh, fishing farms won't be worth it to build anymore. Look at what this design is right here. Tell me what materials I use to build this. So I use a sign on the front, some trapdoors, a fence gate, a pressure plate, or excuse me, a regular fence, and then another trapdoor. 100% wood. With a 100% wood farm, I can build, or with 100% wood, I can build a fishing farm. The collection would then go into the player's inventory, but that's fine, because the purpose of this would be to build day 1, hour 0. You could literally build this fishing farm in the first 5 minutes of Minecraft. You cut down a tree, you find yourself any water source, and then you waterlog the fence directly inside of that water source. Boom, fishing farm. Literally the first 5 minutes. And in the first 5 minutes of Minecraft, you're starting to catch raw cod, tropical fish, raw cod and raw salmon. We'll just leave it there. Raw salmon converts into cooked salmon, and cooked salmon has a... I'm trying to find the... Cooked salmon restores 6 hunger and 9.6 saturation. It's not as good as steak or pork chops, but it's really, really good. It's still really close behind steak and pork chops. So you're saying that in the first 5 minutes of Minecraft, effectively being able to set up an infinite supply of the 3rd best food in the game is bad? String is usually more than first 5 minutes of the game? Okay, I'll concede. String is more than the first 5 minutes of the game. String is first 20 minutes of the game. Because as soon as you get to your first night cycle, spiders will spawn. And with all of the spiders that spawn in your first night cycle, you should be able to find 2 string. Sure, I would say the fishing farm is set up in the first 5 minutes. You'll have the fishing rod in the first 20. So nah. So in the first 20 minutes of Minecraft, you could have raw salmon or cooked salmon as your food source. That's incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful. Okay, what about villager trading? So let's pop out of this world and go back into the hardcore world proper. And this is a problem that I have with all of these clickbaity YouTubers trying to get you to watch their video and saying it's the end of the world. Okay, watch this. I'm gonna throw blat. I have no emeralds in my inventory, right? 0 emeralds in my inventory. Look at this guy. Look at this fisherman. Look, he buys raw cod for an emerald. He also buys raw salmon for emeralds, trop fish for emeralds, and puffer fish for emeralds. Okay, I'm gonna grab 1 raw cod. Okay, watch this. No emeralds in my inventory. 1 emerald, 1 raw cod for 1 emerald. I have 1 emerald. 1 singular emerald. Now I have diamond boots. Tell me again how fishing farms are not worth using in 1.16? I'll wait. I'm just gonna throw them on the ground, let them despawn. They don't matter to me. So, fishing farms will still be very, 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 very good in 1.16. They are a great food source and an excellent villager trade. Additionally, they combo well with a skeleton experience grinder like mine here to make a very powerful experience farm. So between a good food source for the early to mid game, a good villager trade to snack up your emeralds to then turn around. Obviously, this setup here is very, very late game. It's a very late game setup. Because in order to get this fisherman to buy cod, 1 cod for 1 emerald, you have to have a lot of things. You've got to have a villager breeder, you have to have a zombie conversion station, you have to have a golden apples, you have to have splash potions of weakness, you have to... and then you also need to have so much of those resources that you can also do it to an armorer as well. So it's a little disingenuous to say that this is just the easiest thing in the world. It's not. That took effort. It took a lot of effort. But with that lot of effort, you're able... I mean, you literally saw me take 1 cod and turn it into diamond boots. And just imagine if the diamond boots had rolled a better enchant. It's theoretically possible for this to have protection too. Maybe a little bit of unbreaking, maybe some feather falling. These boots could be way better. But anyway, you get the point. So with a little bit of effort, you could then basically turn a fishing farm into infinite emeralds, while also being an excellent source of experience. Then trading with villagers is also an excellent source of experience. You would be able to combo all of this together just off the back of the fishing farm and do some really cool, interesting, powerful things without ever needing to touch items from the treasure category. Additionally, fishing farms are the only place where you can get water bottles outright, which means that your fishing farm, and you can filter water bottles, which means that you can run your potion room off of the drops of your fishing farm, because you could then take the water bottles, filter them out of the fishing farm, and auto brew a bunch of potions. So that's really cool and really interesting. Ink sacks, dropped 10 at a time, are another villager trade. Tripwire hooks are also another villager trade. Leather is another villager trade. Rotten flesh is a villager trade. Sticks are a villager trade. String is a villager trade. Bowls, fishing rods, and sticks can be used to run furnaces to auto smelt things, which it's a very inefficient way of doing it, but still possible, and thus increases the overall effectiveness of fishing farms. Fishing farms are not canceled. Fishing farms are not dead. Yes, enchanted books, enchanted bows were strong. But the fact is, I've already highlighted how you could make the fishing farm in the first 5 minutes, and then you could obtain a fishing rod in the first 20. So you're telling me that having a fully enchanted god bow, right? Every single enchant on the bow in the first, I don't know, hour of playing Minecraft is balanced? No way. No way. So how do you rebalance that to not be so broken? Well, you remove the treasure category from the fishing farm, and that's exactly what they did. You won't be able to fish up your fishing rods? That's not true. There's fishing rods right there in the junk category. Well, fishing farms will go back to auto-dispensing fishing rods is what'll happen. Because it'll take you quite some time before you get your lure, luck of the sea, mending unbreaking fishing rod. It'll take you a while before you get that, for sure. But again, wasn't getting that in the first couple of casts of your fishing farm too strong? The last fishing rod you'll ever use for the entirety of your game within the first hour of using your fishing farm. So by hour 2, you could have literally the last fishing rod you'll ever use. That seems really strong. And arguably too strong. And obviously, that argument of it being too strong, Mojang agrees with me, because it got nerfed. You know what, Cedric? I'll drink for you now, today. Did you know that you can get infinite emerald from a librarian who sells 3 bookshelves for 1 emerald, and then you trade 1 book for 1 emerald? You could also do it with the villager that buys and sells glass into glass panes. You can buy the glass for 1 emerald, and then sell the glass panes for multiple emeralds, thus creating another infinite loop. Yep, I am aware. So, fishing farms are not bad. They're fine. They're balanced now, is what we should say. Is they are, for the amount of effort that goes into a fishing farm, which you should understand is bare minimum. It's near 0 effort. So the 0 effort that goes into building a fishing farm should not provide you with your late game items, namely the late game bow, the late game fishing rod, and then the late game enchanted books to make your late game armor. It's just too strong.
It also feels kind of rare, and when you go higher up into the terrain, it's actually really hard to find this stuff anywhere, so it feels like a very minor change, and something that you only find lower down in the world. I mean, if you've spotted something as I fly around here, with exception to the Basalt Deltas biome, you know, going through these other biomes, I've hardly seen this change at all, but it's definitely noticeable when you're down near the lava lakes. And so here in the Soul Sand Valley, we now have anyway.
Okay, I don't care about the biome
self-explanatory. Let's put a saddle on and hop on this fella, and now of course we are traveling, and this is going to be measured as a statistic. And what I've discovered that's rather interesting is this only
I
works in
sneeze.
survival at the moment. I just did this in nothing. I switched to
Excuse me.
survival, I got a statistic. So villagers can now spawn iron golems regardless of their profession or status or latest working time. Now there's actually a whole bunch of bugs related to villagers and iron golems, so we're going to cover some of that, but essentially a villager without a profession or one that has a profession and is yet to do any work can now contribute to the spawning of iron golems. One of those bugs was related to having too many iron golems spawning over and over again. We've seen this on the Hermitcraft server, and so something with iron golem spawning is changing. Of course, you know, I can't read the code and give you the exact details, but expect to see some differences. So villagers are known to try and sleep in beds that are already occupied, and it kind of looks like they're still doing that. Apparently this is something that they shouldn't do, and this also causes some other bugs and issues with villagers never taking up a bed again. Supposedly these things are fixed. And villagers that have spawned into the world through world generation as a station.
So iron golem farms might get broken. Possible.
Things can be affected less common, and so I've done too much. You know, we don't have the grow when O-milled. So yes, yeah, maybe about
The only
one.
thing I'm
So
interested in is how
shears
mobs
too.
change.
They grow. You now need to use shears, perhaps to more closely adhere to mob caps.
Yes, this is the one.
Closely adhere to mob caps, and fish now have their own mob category and mob cap. Now this brings me to the mob cap counter that was added in the last snapshot, so let's run through this again quickly. I now know what each of these stand for. SC is spawn count, M is monsters, things like creepers and zombies. C is for creatures, which is basically passive animals, cows and pigs. Then you have A for ambient, W for water, and M for misc. However, there is 2 W's in this one. Now, one of those W's is the traditional water mob cap for things like squid, dolphins, and I believe turtles are a part of that as well. And the other W1 is probably for fish. Maybe they should rename it to F, which would include salmon, cod, and pufferfish. And so with this split into 2 mob caps, it could mean that you'll see more mobs overall, or maybe they've been carefully split so that there is still an equal balance of these mobs. But if you've got something like a squid farm in your world, you're not going to be sharing that spawning area with other types of fish anymore, so it should be good for squid farms. And going back to the mob cap screen here, you can see the 2W categories have got some mobs in them. I'm pretty sure those are the squid and the mobs who spawned behind us, which reminds me of...
That's a little frustrating, Exuma, because you could have tested that. That would have taken literally 10 seconds of testing. You go into a blank world, you spawn a squid, and you see which W the squid increased the number of. And then you spawn a fish, and then you see which W he doesn't have to be so unsure presenting questionable information. He could have 100% of this information with literally 10 seconds of work.
Things. First of all, the targeted block has been moved over to the right hand side of the screen, and also this mob cap does not include persistent mobs, so if you rename a mob or you give it an item, it won't be included in the numbers on the F3 screen. So we've gone through the main
Still,
points
his
of
work
the
is very
blog
good.
post, and now we're on to the bug fixes, and this one is related to mob spawning. Quite a big change actually. Mobs will no longer spawn on wither roses, and we are in the chunk of...
That's a huge nerf! Oh, buddy! Mobs no longer spawning on wither roses? Passive mob farms everywhere, just hearts broken. Mob farms everywhere, hearts broken. Dude, that's such a
From
biggin.
Season 6 of Hermitcraft, the farm that I made, this is a quad slime chunk. Mobs should be able to spawn down here, but they will no longer do that because of these wither roses. And just in case you're thinking that me being in spectator mode might be affecting this, here I am in creative, nothing is spawning down there. If we activate these spawners, those will of course still work. But yeah, really big change because you can make some really overpowered mob farms with this, and personally I actually think this is probably a change for the better.
I agree that it's a change for the better. Those mob farms were too strong.
Another change related to mob spawning and behavior, Endermen are able to teleport off of magma blocks. This was just something that got introduced a few snapshots back. I also noticed that they can actually teleport to the wither roses, which is not the best of ideas.
Hopefully
Another
that doesn't
change-
affect my mob farm. Hopefully the Endermen die from fall damage before they realize they're standing on magma. Hopefully. That might break aspects of my mob farm.
Change to mobs.
It just depends on how soon they can detect that they've... Because clearly, if they should die from fall damage. But if they can detect that they're standing on it before they've landed on it, then they would teleport, and then that might break their momentum of the fall that they are in the process of taking.
The Hoglin and the Piglin will be zombified when they're in the end dimension. Just something they didn't do before. And they're going to attack those Endermen. And Piglins would also prefer a regular crossbow over an enchanted one, which has been considered a bug, so they'll pick up those enchanted crossbows now.
Good.
Entities with coloured name tags weren't displaying the colour, so this would have just been white
Nice
previously,
plug.
but that bug's been taken care of, so if you're doing custom stuff with mobs, you can now use colours for their names. Okay,
That'll rush to get the video out. Yeah. I mean, yes, literally. He cut a 10-second corner.
changes to redstone, just like last time. However, this first one is very aesthetic. Okay, so look at the particle effects. They no longer just appear from the very center of the redstone.
Okay,
They can actually
we don't
particle effects
care.
appear. So that's just a very minor and nice little change. We are now in last week's snapshot, and that's just to show you a bug with the soul sand here. Probably because it's not technically a full block. You can see that redstone doesn't run up the side of it, and that has been corrected in this snapshot. And so here it is. You can see it running up the side of the soul sand block. And while we're in last week's snapshot, you can see here the compass and the clock are doing their thing. It's displaying the time of day. The compass is pointing to spawn. However, we don't actually, well, we do have a compass to make the clock, but the point is you could use this right here, just the mere knowledge of the recipe, to then find out what the time of day is and find out which way the compass is pointing. Now, however, you can see that these things are stationary. Regardless of
Good.
what way we're facing or what the time of day is, they're just going to remain static.
Good.
And so currently I am being affected by levitation. And if we just go into glide mode, this actually gets cancelled out by the gliding of the elytra. So now in 20W19A, when I tap spacebar, so it also achievement get the roots and the
Okay.
sprout.
So TLDR is no, I hit the right button, that's fine. So TLDR, iron golem farms might not work. It's like a tiny chance that iron golem farms don't work. But I guarantee that they will work with just modifications. And the other big change was mob farms. We don't know like what mob farms are going to do, what those changes were. Isn't collision handled before recognizing the block ID though? I don't know, honestly, so I cannot answer that question. The way the code works, I have basically zero knowledge of. Okay, so we were trying to finish and figure out the final steps of the fishing farm, which will still be very good in 1.16. It won't be as good. Make no mistake. Okay. I almost wish that this water tower was one block over, but it doesn't look like it can be, based on the villagers that we have sitting next to it. Excuse you, I didn't want to fly. Oof. And it really doesn't look like it can be from this top angle. Maybe. actually, because look at this. It's not a shared wall. They have their two individual walls. Nims, I wish that Mojang would stop adding new mobs and make all versions of Minecraft to be the same. Stop adding new mobs and make new versions of Minecraft to be the same. Well, yes and no. Yeah, I mean, yes, I agree completely that all versions of Minecraft should be in complete parity. However, that's going to take a lot longer. That might be a multi-year process. Okay, so we do have the final, we could move all of our water stream over to the left, 1. And then this would work guaranteed. How did the skeletons trigger the trapdoors on your skeleton farm? They're not. The trapdoors on the skeleton farm are run by I want to say it's like a 25 game tick clock. I don't remember the exact timing of it, to be honest. But it's run by a clock that is 1 game tick longer than how long it takes for skeletons to draw their bow and shoot. So we could probably look at it. The torch is 1, so there's 5, 9, 13, 17, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So it's a 26 game clock, and or a 26 redstone tick clock, and those, which means that the skeletons take 25 seconds to draw their bow and shoot. So you'll see here that the skeleton will see me, pull his bow, and then he puts it down, and then the trapdoor opens up. And so I am completely safe, and this keeps me safe, it keeps my wolves safe, it keeps everybody safe, while still allowing the wolves to kill the skeletons. Has anybody noticed that Nims doesn't have a roof on his bedroom? What? What? Yeah, I do. Come on. There we go. God, I hate cats so much. So how do I make this dropper a smart dropper? That's where we're at. One of the reasons there's Bedrock in Java is because Java causes too much lag to mobile players and some console players. That's not true. That's not true at all. The reason that it's Bedrock in Java is because Bedrock was written in C++, and C++ is much easier to port to consoles than Java is. one of the happy side effects is that Bedrock then runs better because C++ is a better computer language than Java is for running a game. But it's not. Lag isn't the reason. It's that Java doesn't play well with consoles. So what happened to the shepherd villager? He's still over there. I want to finish this first. My father would be able to explain it in much better detail than I could. Java's a pretty bleh thing. He is not a fan. I did the memory trick in the Minecraft launcher, and you set it from 2 to 4 gigabytes. Did you feel a performance improvement? Okay, so how do we take... See, I'm trying to figure this out. I just don't need... Let's clear some of our inventory. Yeah, dude. Okay, so the fishing farm should still work in this configuration. Experience farm. Green Latios? I can't confirm or deny anything that he said. I have no idea coding languages. I know the result of the difference between them, but I have no idea the specifics of them. There's a lot of just uncovered hoppers here as well that we should figure out. I don't think that I can take it any further this way, can I? It might, under one of these is the door. It's gotta be that one, right? Yeah, because that's centered, because look, yeah, there's the door. So this is the cobblestone block that the door is on. Ooh. Okay, we might have an interesting thing here. Eventually, we want to get rid of that door. If there is no door here, so say... no, because we want this to be a 3-wide opening, like this. Which means that this and this will exist. Eventually, this is what this room is going to feel like. Something like that. And see, won't this be nice to walk through? And then, you know, of course we'll move that beacon eventually, but this gives us a better representation of the space that we have. By the way, wasn't there a togetherness update or something that you could play PC, mobile, and consoles together? Yes, that's why there's 2 versions for computer. You have the Windows 10 version for PCs, and then you have the Java version. The Windows 10 version is written in C++, So it's the Bedrock version, which is the same version that's on mobile, which is the same version that's on console. The Java version of Windows on Windows is exclusive to itself. What do you mean with relevant links? Where do you see that? I could give you context because relevant is contextual. I could explain to you what block coding is. Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, could you explain like I'm 5? So this, oh, I didn't mean to fall. Okay, yeah, so there's just, we're not going to be able to manipulate that at all. Yeah, we can't come from this way. There's just not the space. So this is the space that we have. And I can't break that block because it's holding water. Windows 10 Edition doesn't run on Mac Linux, though. That's probably because Microsoft owns Minecraft, and why would they want the Bedrock Edition to run in places that they can't profit from? It makes sense to bring it out for Windows 10 and make it a Windows 10 exclusive. It makes sense to bring it out for the Xbox. It makes sense to then allow it to be played on mobile devices, because then you could sell your game to the wildly successful, huge mobile market. And then it also makes sense to allow Minecraft to work on PlayStation and Switch, because you could sell the title and make more money off the title sales. I think I want to move the entire this water over a block. The more and more I look at this redstone here, that's what it's telling me I should do. By your comparator clock, is it allowed to hard power the dispenser, or do we want to avoid that? No, it can. It can. So I could go under it here. But like, okay, so here's what I'm kind of imagining you would have to do with the redstone if we wanted to use this current placement. Put that there, and boom, we now have a clock that'll just sit there and spam whenever there are items inside the dropper. But now, how do we get that clock to power the dropper itself? I mean, do we put like a torch right here and slow down the speed of this clock? But then the torch would be on all the time, which would be powering the hopper above it all the time. So that's a problem, and it can't exist that way. Oh, yeah, okay, Jill. So what is that? The hi bye? Hello, goodbye. Thanks for stopping by. Sure. It would also create a burnout. It would. I mean, yeah, no, it would. because this needs to be a full block to then power that guy. But if we scooched all of this over one... You could do an observer sticky piston. No sticky pistons. It can't use any pistons. Absolutely no pistons. Yep, I think that we just moved the whole thing over one. Okay, so let's clean up our inventory so that way we can do that. Where did we... Okay, there it is. Where did I get these buttons from? Oh, they were the buttons that were on my doors. Yeah, they're fine to just despawn. What? Why was that like a goofy little flight? Eh. Okay. Buttons technically count as redstone, right? Sure. Trash. Okay, so item we need, trash, and something that needs to get stored. So we need kelp, because we're gonna move a lot. We're gonna move a bunch of water. We need sand to destroy the existing water. We need soul sand to replace the soul sand block that we're likely to destroy. We don't have any soul sand. Okay, looks like we gotta make a quick trip to the nether. I just joined. What are we making today? Updating a lot of antiquated builds. Updating a lot of antiquated builds because our world is just getting so overwhelmed with the number of things that we've built that we have to keep everything running as best we can, or else our world will be consumed by lag. That should be more than enough. Oh, dude, that couldn't have been a better flight. Okay, what else do we need? Stone brick. That's probably still in our temporary house. Some polished granite. And I think that's it. Yeah, that looks good. Flag busting. Yeah. We've also done quite a bit of work on shepherds. Trying to get the last shepherd that we needed. Catching up on chat. Antiquated, what about Uncle Quated? That was the dumbest joke. Oh man. That was a dad joke if I ever heard one. I want to ask what you would do if you died in this world, except for making a new one. I think we would probably go back and we would probably play I think it's 1.12 Minecraft, where the Aether mod was a thing. I think that would be a really interesting experience that a lot of people missed out on. And considering that the Aether mod developer was just hired by Mojang, considering that there are a lot of really early signs to say that Mojang is implementing the Aether into Minecraft proper, I would say that getting that mod, or playing through that mod, experiencing what it has to offer, and then would be a very interesting experience for a lot of people, because it would be their first experience with what I believe is likely to be added to Minecraft in a very short amount of time. A relatively short amount of time. I grabbed sandstone and not sand. Okay, so all of this is going to be scooched over a block. So it would come out to here. Please don't flood my world. Cool. Oh, hey. Yeah. And now we go up to the top. And we drop sand down it. You can't drop sand if there's, whatchamacallit. Yep. Okay, and then we need more ice and more ender pearls. Clearly more ender pearls. So yeah, anyway, I would probably turn around and I would probably play the Aether mod. I think that would be a really cool, fun experience. I think I'd probably work on a bunch of designs for YouTube. So that way we have like the content for YouTube ready to go as well. Next Nim's playing through modded Minecraft. I know it's wild, but I wouldn't be playing through it because I'm like interested in the I don't know, like the factory mods. I think that those are all. Tell me, chat room, would you describe this as a factory? Do I need mods to play through factory Minecraft? No. However, Adventure Minecraft, well, you know, that would be new. Okay, I need a... whatchamacallit? I need slabs. So a bunch of those and some of those. Okay. It's an all-in-one. It's an all-in-one solution. No, it's more of a sweatshop. Beggar says no, it's not big enough. Oh, buddy, it's not big enough. Chat room. Somebody's trying to compensate for something. All right. So that can get removed. So then. Let's see. Are you dying in your iron farm again? Hopefully not today. Alright, so this would have to come out. This would come forward. This would be a... I mean, technically that doesn't need to be there because we're going to have a slab here and then water over there to push the items into this, which means that this is our pillar upward now. And actually, we do end up having... I might not have put enough of an angle on it. Oh, sick. Okay. Oh, and actually, that one was a correct build. So this goes up. These two both go up right here. And then we add that one in, and then, okay. There. And this is the new point in which we've lifted. Yeah, that's okay. So our water stream is going to come all the way up here. And we actually don't need to move this one. We could just have it curve like that. See, so then the water would exist here. And I think it just curves to the side. Like that. And that way it's the exact same water. Yeah, perfect. It's the exact same water. I don't need to move this whole thing around. Yeah. Oh, hey, we gotta go down there first. That just made it all into source blocks. And now that it's all water source blocks, the soul sand down and up we go. I don't feel like filling that in just yet. Not until we get the dispenser clock done. Which this block can come out. And this should be very easy now to then place our redstone in the correct positions. Should Philza raid you? He is live right now. I could try to convince him later. Hell yeah, brother. Tonight's gonna be a shorter stream though, because I gotta go make dinner, and I promised girlfriend that I would make her like a special dinner tonight. I make really good burritos, chat room. And I promised that I would make her like my fancy burritos yesterday, and then it didn't happen yesterday. And we also have D&D tonight. So I've got L, how's it going? I've got to make fancy dinner for girlfriend, and then D&D immediately after. I literally just got a message from her, and she's like, don't forget, we have D&D tonight, and you also promised me burritos. And it's like, yes, yes, yes. So I have to follow through on that promise, chat room. And see, by moving it back, I'm able to place the redstone block there, which also allows me to place this here, and then double redstone like that. So that's just a standard smart dropper. So if we put an item in here, like some golden carrots, and see that they just quickly shot out without just a problem in the world. And then, yeah, well, nope. That has to be. We'll leave that as a torch. So they're quickly shot out. So then this will need to be water. So we need to go get another water bucket. I mean, yeah, if you want to try to talk to somebody into doing a raid, I'm not going to say no, but at the same time, like, don't harass their chat room. I don't want you coming into my chat room and being like, hey, Nims, you should raid so-and-so, you should raid so-and-so, do it. I mean, I wouldn't want that, so don't do that to somebody else. But, like, if it comes up in conversation, hell yeah, brother. Pop into F5 mode, what does your skin look like? It's supposed to look like a phoenix. But, I don't know. If you guys want to make me a new skin, I'd be for it. I'd be all about it. Do you buy the burrito and just bake it in the oven, or do you make them yourself? I make it all myself. I mean, I don't make the tortillas. I guess that's the next thing I should learn how to do. You don't have burritos or tacos in Greece. You have something that's very similar to a burrito, though. I can't remember what it's called. The equivalent of like a soft taco, you do have. I can't remember what they're called, though. Goodness. A sandwich? Can you add a beak? Maybe, with like a 3D effect on the front. I do kind of have a small beak. You can see it hanging off the side of my face there. A kebab. Is that what it is? Is that what I'm thinking of? Kebab? Like they're big, fluffy, soft tacos? Yeah, dude. What would you call this? This thing here. Is this a kebab? Or like this thing? Would you call this a kebab? Same thing? This? Kebab? Even like this would be, what is that, like a flatbread that it's sitting on? Maybe not so much there. Not the skewer, but like this. This is probably This is probably the closest thing that you would have. Yeah, I think you got it. Klebold. That's just basically a different type of burrito. So I've got to get in there somehow. Place the water down. And then also... You know what? I'm done trying to finagle this. So the water's got to go right there. And now anything... Like, I'm going to put in some golden carrots. Right? And we can see those golden carrots getting shot out. And then they should go all the way around. And then because there's no filter for them, the golden carrots should land here. And that, boom! Oh, we're so good at this game! Okay, cool. How does it make you feel that I just trashed, like, half a stack of golden carrots? Did that feel gross to you? I hope it felt dirty, chat room. Okay, somebody told me this trick the other day. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna hold right click and left click. Yeah, that worked. Sick trick, dude. All right, and then up from that point. How does that work? Well, the left click of the pickaxe destroys the block, but because I'm holding right click at the same time, as soon as the block is open and available, so as soon as I finished destroying it, then that block immediately is replaced with the block in my offhand. Yeah, cool. That was actually a lot simpler than what I expected. And now we have a smart dropper directly on the exactly 2 required hoppers that you must have to run a fishing farm. Which is just sick. I died in hardcore when I hit myself with an arrow and my dog army killed me. I don't think that's possible. So it is possible to hit yourself with an arrow. That's totally possible. But I don't think it's possible for your dog army to attack yourself. We'll find out. I call foul. I don't believe you. Okay, there's our baby. Now we're gonna take this baby. Come on. Over here. Oh, he says he was kidding. Oh, we called his bluff, chow room. Okay. There he is. Oh, I missed. I missed again. There we go. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Wrong. Exposed! Okay, but chat room, look away. We don't need this wolf. Look away. Look away. You were warned. It's safe now. Was he tamed? Yeah, he was tamed. He was the baby of 2 tamed wolves. Babies of tamed wolves are always tamed. Yeah, you can see. While fighting me. But that's just the death text. That's not actually representative of anything. I do think that we need to put up our safety walls back in. Our doors and whatnot. I don't think that our base is ready to just have the AFK room open all the time. So let's get those back up. But doesn't this look nice to just walk through? This is what our base will eventually be. Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness. This is such a pleasant walking experience. Oh, this is so good. One day. We could also make this room feel a little bit bigger. We could take this redstone that we've got hidden up here, and we could move this redstone somewhere hidden out of sight, out of mind. So say maybe on top of the pumpkin farm, but we still need to get the pumpkins. Wait, what goes over onto this side? Pumpkins. Wow. That's something that we need to do. Chat room, how do we take... So this line right here should be pumpkins. Well, that's gone forever. But there should be pumpkins in this line. Shouldn't take too long before we see some pumpkins. So this line should be pumpkins. How could we take this line of pumpkins and sometimes make them go to our pumpkin storage and sometimes make them go into our jack-o'-lantern carver? Okay, pumpkin farm, you want to make me a pumpkin today? That would be nice. Oh, it just parked. Oh man, it probably just finished dropping off the pumpkins. What? Yeah, they're already long past. Change water direction with pistons? No, I'm not a fan of that because the pumpkin carver is right there. So the chest, so look at how close it is. This water stream right here, I want it to go into literally this chest. But I also want that water stream to go into this storage silo. How do I make it do both? Why would you build your tree farm out of diorite? It's so ugly. I regret that. I do regret it very much so. Okay, I think that we need to put these doors back, though. Is also an argument that says that we just put in something like rails, therefore mobs can't path over it. But if a skeleton ever got in, and say I was AFK at the fishing farm, he'd just be able to stand, you know, over there and just shoot me in the back. Let's get our buttons back. Did you just place doors down for defense? What do you mean, doors down for that? I mean, that's what I'm doing, right? Divert the flow over to pumpkin carver, have it take what it needs, then flow over to storage. So have it curve, go around. Ooh, that's spicy. That's good. Just do me a favor and turn in your face cam you asked for. Sure. Do I have room to take off most of my gear? Not really. Here, I can just take off the armor though. And like, I also want a skin that reskins Elytra to be like the same thematic as the my player skin. So that way, whenever I'm flying around, and I almost flew without my armor on, which would have been deadly. So whenever I'm flying around, it actually looks like my skin is the Phoenix wings. Like the Elytra is also Phoenix wings. That's a good idea, Eldon. I like that idea a lot. That's definitely what we're gonna do. Is we just curve, we take the pumpkin path a little bit wider, and we have it zoom over top the pumpkin carver, have the pumpkin carver get filled up completely with pumpkins, and then all's good, right? How far out? That's just one block in, okay. Did I not build that correctly? Are they not even? Ah, this one. I had to take out that block, which is why they don't feel even. Okay. I see, I see. Yeah, we couldn't move this redstone onto the other side. Touchy. Does your AFK fish farm, which you worked on YouTube, work in 1.14.4? Yes. Yes, it does. I don't know if there's any way that we could make this redstone look any cleaner, if I'm being honest. I think it's just a limitation of the fish farm, which it won't look bad once, see, this is one block in. And this is one block in. But because we don't have this corner block here, it looks strange. I think that maybe it's possible to go over like that. Well, I think I just lost that redstone for forever. You see what I'm going for? Oh, and then that block can't be there. Or at least it would have to be a stair or something equivalent. And then maybe these can come out and go back up. Let's give that a try. Does that work? Makes kind of sense to me. Are we powering anything over here? Oh god, I can't destroy stuff. There's water immediately behind this. Give it a try. I mean, I guess the only thing that we could do is try it in both variations, right? Or, excuse me, we would have to try it for both the fishing farm, and we'd have to try the tree farm to see if they both still work. And I have to go pee, so I'm gonna go, wait, I don't think I can go pee. Wait, yes I can. It's good. We put up the doors. I'm gonna go pee real quick. Nims is a spicy phoenix? Did you just now figure that out? Nims, do you remember that Totem of Undying idea? Like fire camping out and stuff. It would be cool, but like a lot of work. I also think that like reskinning the totem to be like a, I don't know, like a phoenix egg would be cool. So whenever I die, it emulates a phoenix being reborn. And that way, thematically, it fits the Totem of Undying. Well, it looks like the fishing farm still works with the new modifications. I gotta go dehydrate. Yes, that's exactly what I did. I had some problems in my single-player world with that AFK fish farm. The trapdoor opened and closed every time. I don't know why I hold the crosshair correctly. If you're using your keyboard, sometimes keyboards have a polling rate that's incompatible with Minecraft. So if you look, my keyboard has a polling rate that's incompatible with Minecraft. So if you watch, it was, maybe it's a tree farm that's the issue with. Okay, maybe it's not the fishing farm. Maybe I'm getting the fishing farm and the tree farm confused. Some problems single-player world. The trapdoor open and close every time. I mean, you can see that it's clearly working in 1.5.2. I don't like to revert my personal worlds to older versions, though, because, actually, I know it works, because I have a friend server, that is in goodness. They're in 1.14, and it works there. Sometimes it has issues with lag, like most AFK farms do. As I look at this, it looks like it could even be flipped onto the inside. It's like, what is this diorite here doing? Not a whole lot. And then we'd be able to clean this up even more. Why didn't I do this sooner? This is the biggest brain play. I don't think this interferes with any of the existing redstone at all. It doesn't interfere with this hopper. Big brain, chat room. Big brain. Wait, why didn't we even do it here? It doesn't need to... Oh, okay, I see why we have to go up. Because the tripwire would trigger this. But if we go up, then the tripwire doesn't trigger it, and it's all good. Put that disgusting diorite back. I wonder if it's possible to then make this cleaner. Again. Okay. We're big braining right now, chat room. Work with me. Is that even cleaner? Technically, it's one more redstone. Which makes it technically more laggy, but it's redstone that only triggers while you're AFK, which means it's not that big of a deal. I really don't know what the fix for this is. I also tried in 1.15 too, and there was the same issue. If you're having issues with, I mean, you can clearly see that this fishing farm is working in 1.15 too, no problems. So if you're having issues, I would first ask that you double check that you built it correctly, because that's, I mean, no offense, but 99% of the time that's what the issue is. The next thing, and this is a weird oddity of AFK farms, if you are positive that you built it correctly, the next thing that I would ask that you do is download Exuma's auto clicker to hold down your buttons for you. Well, hang on. I wonder if holding the F3, if holding F3T would rectify a polling rate issue of your mouse or keyboard. Try while holding right click at a fishing farm, try holding right click and then hit F3T, and then once the Mojang logo pops up, release your right click. And you'll hold down, your game will hold down right click for you. And let me know if that fixes the issue. Dude, I'm so excited about the progress that we're making. This is so cool. How did I miss? Okay, so now we do have an issue of like... Why is that a slab? I missed. See, look, like, this one's a slab. Why? Ah, that's why. Because that's where it skips in front of the pistons. That's where it skips in front of the pistons, which allows it to, which makes it so it doesn't power the piston accidentally.
You remember that you gotta make burritos, right? Yep.
Yep, I'm gonna finish this, and then I think it's burrito time. Or you could change the keybind to the spacebar and put something heavy on it, and after you're done, rebind it. Yes, but sometimes that doesn't work. So there's something called a polling rate. It's basically how often your device, your keyboard, your mouse, whatever, communicates with your computer. If your polling rate is slightly too, I think it'd be slightly too slow, but I don't know. But it can have issues where holding down right click or holding down a key on your keyboard, oh goodness, that kind of spooked me. Holding down right click or holding down a button on your keyboard might not be activating Minecraft at the speed it needs for you to be properly AFK. So not all keyboards and mice can AFK hold down keys. I tried it for me and it always worked though. Well, congratulations. Your keyboard and mouse are compatible. Most keyboards and mice are compatible. Some of them are not. This is my last ender pearl. I'm gonna use it to go get more ender pearls. As per usual, just because it works for you doesn't mean it works with every setup. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you trying to help him though. But if it doesn't work with his mouse, then I would assume that it's not going to work with his keyboard either. I want to finish cleaning up that area around the fishing farm now that we've got it even tighter, even more compact. And like we have this opening here that's a little dangerous. I didn't mean to fall. I was trying to jump. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, there is good. There is good. Teleport out. And is good. And now we have no more holes allowing monsters to sneak in through that area and potentially kill us while we're AFK. That should be totally contained. That's the redstone hole. I'm gonna put that there. I feel like that fishing farm looks much nicer now. And it's much easier to move through that space. Yeah? Are we good with that? Did you know if you change your right mouse button to a button on your keyboard, then get in a minecart, get a fishing rod, look down and hold that key on your keyboard, then fly. Then you can fly. What are you doing? Like, you're spam catching the minecart, lifting yourself up into the air? That's ridiculous. But it makes perfect sense. But ridiculous. Yeah, I think the next thing that we look at doing is reorienting this water stream to fill the pumpkin carver automatically. Cool. And with that, I do think we're gonna call it a stream. I feel like we still got quite a lot done today. The fishing farm has been totally updated, saved hopper and a hopper minecart out of the fishing farm. We got I don't know, a number. What were they? We got like the guys that were these storage towers. 2 hoppers in each blocked off. So that saved us 4 more hoppers in lag. So now we've pulled out a hopper minecart, a hopper, and we've blocked 4 more hoppers. I feel like we did pretty good for reducing the lag impact of the world. We've got more stuff to do, for sure, but we're getting there. You know what's one of the biggest things that I could do is probably, like, this. That's insanity. I don't need that. This, insanity. Unnecessary. Let me destroy this. Oh, what a weird noise! That was so cool. I don't know why Exuma is building the fence pressure plate design. It doesn't have the rain benefit. The fence pressure plate design is better for servers. I'll give him that. And so if he's building it on Hermitcraft, depending on where Hermitcraft is hosted, that might be the only design he's capable of building. Because the one with the tripwire hook does not like servers where you have a high latency connection. Anyway. Trash. I'm gonna put one of the anvils there. More trash. Trash. Alright, chat room. This is gonna be where we call it a stream. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate it. I'm gonna go get those burritos that I promised girlfriend. And then hang out with some friends later tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Codex, thanks for the, you were the only sub of today's stream. You're wonderful, my dude. We also got a bunch of new follows. This is a good time to say, if you haven't followed the stream, definitely do so. We also put up some new merch today, which I am really, really, really proud of. So, if you haven't, you should check that out too. Thank you guys for watching. Stretch! And thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you same time, same place, tomorrow night.